How's the competition been through the first week and a half or so of fall camp with your guys?
Ooh, it's day to day a little bit. So the nice part is that they all know it's an open competition. So it's pretty much who's ever playing the best. That's pretty much who we're going to rock it out with. And obviously everyone, between J-Mac, Demas, Jack, and obviously Kelsey coming along, and Corey. I mean, the whole group. Pretty much they're doing a good job, but they all bring us something that's just a little bit different. So we're really trying to figure out exactly who that guy pretty much is going to be for us and who's going to start coming out of the Washington game.
That position's hard outside of a scrimmage to really tell how productive a guy can be. What do you look for? What are kind of the key things you're looking for?
Key thing for it's just obviously just being able to line up and their assignment, and are they tough? Can they protect? Can they catch the ball? Just kind of all the things any other running back coach would look to. And for a running back, but we're really just trying to see who's really going to be that tough guy who can be in there, just for every down, try to be an every down guy.
What would separate one running back from another so far through camp that you've seen so far?
Just execution. And just in our room, it's just really all about toughness right now. We're really trying to find that guy who kind of brings that, that backyard dog mentality to the field, and who's going to get those tough yards, and who's going to step up on an inside blitz or an edge blitzer and pick them up and not have a problem with that, and then be able to check it down and catch the ball and get vertical, and we just get first downs and touchdowns. That's all we look for.
Do you think there's going to be one guy, or do you think that different games we're going to see different guys?
Well, hopefully we get a chance to see a few guys play. I mean, I love every single guy in that room. I mean, if you guys are able to see what I see on an everyday basis and be around those guys, I really have a great group. So I hope we get a chance to play with multiple guys, and maybe one guy ends up being the future guy, and hopefully we have a couple of 1,000-yard running backs. That'd be pretty nice.
We talked to Kelsey and Corey earlier this summer. They brought up that backyard dog mentality.
Yeah.
What is that? What are you looking for in that mentality?
Just kind of that old school, that Jim Brown kind of, even that Jay Ajayi, that kind of just have that every down, who's going to get those tough yards, who's not going to go down on the first contact, and and just break tackles and just kind of be hungry. Every inch counts to him.
You had a guy like Jay last year who did so much so well. So did you spend more time this year identifying who might have success in specific roles or anything like that? Or?
We are, but at the same time, I mean, it's at the running back position, really, we're all high rep guys. So that means, obviously the more reps we get, the more comfortable we feel, the more confidence that we play with. So we've been doing a good job, and I've been doing a good job trying to get the guys as many reps as possible, just here and there, trying to really figure out who that guy really is for us.
So do you have a leader or a guy that separated himself at this point, or is it?
Well, you have the kind of, I call them kind of the few guys out there in front who've done a good job, who have some playing experience. Like obviously you got Jeremy McNichols, we call him J-Mac, and then you have Kels, who's done a good job. I mean, he played at Stanford. The guy scored a touchdown in the Rose Bowl. And then you have Jack Fields, who, came in there in the Fiesta Bowl for us, and who had a big block that really might have really won us the game, really. I mean, that's a huge play in that ball game. And then you have Demas, who has some experience too. So it's hard. It really is, because they all do so many good things. And then one play, Demas has a great play, and then then Jeremy goes. It's hard right now.
So a good problem to have, though?
It's a great problem to have.
We've never really seen Jeremy as an every down type of running back kind of a player. He's been that hybrid guy. Yeah. How does he fit in that kind of a role, the more traditional running back role?
Well, traditional. The beautiful part about Jeremy is that he can do everything. He can line up at wide receiver. He can protect. He put on some size this summer. I mean, he's over 200 pounds now, and if you saw him with his shirt on, I mean, he's a pretty big dude. And obviously he's not as big as Jay is, but he's going to be able to go in there and do everything. Same thing with Kels, and Jack is a pretty big dude. I mean, the running backs across the board have done a great job just in the weight room with Coach Pitt, and they're trying to bring it this year, so hopefully we don't let you guys down.
So who's your best pass protector right now?
Best pass protector? To be honest, they're all good. They're all pretty good, to be honest with you.
Devin obviously has a great athleticism and speed, and he's shown flashes of it, but has never kind of been consistently getting his chances, and obviously he's behind Jay. But what's he need to do to kind of take that next step and get more consistent role here?
Well, good thing is now Jay's gone. So, just taking advantage of every rep that he gets. That's all he needs to do and focus on.
You mentioned the experience of Kelsey. Is it pretty obvious to see when a guy like that gets out there and the reps and stuff that he knows what he's doing, he brings that experience level?
Yeah, he brings that experience. The one thing with Kelsey that's good is Kelsey's just a really, really smart guy. Obviously, I mean, I'm majoring in computer science, from the school that he came from. I mean, he's a smart kid, but, just his attention to detail that he brings along with his experience. Yeah, there's times where definitely you can see where that experience for him, where he makes a cut and you're like, ooh, I mean, that was a real cut. And what we mean by that, when I say a real cut, usually means, okay, that is, only a running back with experience and those instincts can make a cut like that. So he has that, but with him, it's still just learning the offense and getting comfortable with the offense, and he's done a good job so far.
How do you like the two brothers and them feeding off of one another with competition with themselves plus the other running
I
backs?
think more than anything, it's Kelsey being able to show his younger brother the way. And just kind of, just as far as just habits and, getting in the film room, spending extra time in the weight room, just everything. So he's able to really learn from his bigger brother, Corey, and so it's a good thing to have him on our team, definitely.
What's the biggest difference with what Boise State's going to ask Kelsey to do and what Stanford did?
Just being able to be an every down guy at times. So that's probably the biggest thing. For them, he was more of a weapon, kind of like Jeremy was for us last year, and Kelsey's going to have a chance to do everything.
Corey obviously had the big finish to the spring, but then he's behind all these guys, or he's got to compete with all these guys that have game experience. How is he doing, and how much of a challenge is that for him to catch up with these guys?
He's such a great kid. That kid has so much energy. I've never really seen that kid in a bad mood at all. So having him and knowing that he's going to have to compete with all the rest of the other running backs, but as far as experience-wise, yes, he is behind a little bit. But he's still doing a good job. He just brings it every day and just tries to get better. So and that's pretty much all I can probably say about that. It's just coming off the spring, we didn't have Kelsey, we didn't have Jeremy. Jack didn't play in the spring game, so we didn't have as many guys in the spring game. So he was able to kind of just take on that role. And then, like I said, running backs, it's all about touches, getting into the feel of things and a rhythm. So he was able to display that a little bit in the spring game.
Coach Harsin was saying maybe about 10 days before the first game is when he wants to have the quarterback, decided on. For you, is there a date or a time when you'd like to know who that number one guy is going to be? Or?
I don't, after the first game, I think we'll know. So it'll be kind of good to see them all get an opportunity, and because when the real bullets are flying, that's when we're really going to see who that guy really is. For
so you think going into the first game,
I think going into the first game,
more of give guys a chance and then go from there.
Possibly, we'll see, depending on the game plan, the plays we feel comfortable with. But we'll see.
You said that Jeremy gained a little bit of weight this offseason to put on all the muscle mass and whatnot. If you want to be a feature back in an offense, how important is it to maybe be 200 pounds and be able to take that?
I think it's extremely important to be a thicker, stronger guy, but at the same time, depending on the style of running back that you are, I mean, you have guys like going back even old school, and I'm an old school kind of guy like Wark Dunn, who played at Florida State. He wasn't a big guy. I mean, he was probably at the most 180 pounds and somewhere right around there. So, but he didn't take big shots. He was able to make guys miss or take a half a man. He was still a great pass protector. So I just think it really kind of has to do with the guy, really. Can he protect? Can he step up? And then also puts defenses on edge too. I mean, they might not, if I'm a blitzer and I know that I'm having a guy like Jeremy coming to block me, I might not attack him as much as I would if I knew that guy was only going to just pick me up. He might be doing something else.
Is Jeremy still in that kind of weapon role, or you look for someone else that you might be able to do that with?
No, he does. No, Jeremy's going to be able to do everything for us, but hopefully he can be an every down guy for us and do those things. And he's, like I said, he's going to have that opportunity. And you know how we are at Boise State. You never know what you're going to see.
Do you look for someone to do that with again this year, or with all the guys you have at running back, can you kind of do that with the guys you got?
We just kind of do it with the guys that we got, and we just figure it out as we go. And it's different, obviously, from week to week. And like I said, we always we show up, and you never know.
How important was that experience for Jeremy last year? You got his redshirt burn 6 games in, and you got to prepare as a kick returner in the receiving game, and in the ground game, obviously, as well. So just kind of got his feet wet in a number of areas as well.
It was important for him, extremely important. Just confidence. That's what it is. I mean, you saw guys like Chadd Anderson last year, who, if you would have saw him in the summer, starting out playing wide receiver, you'd have been like, okay, he doesn't have as much confidence yet. but getting that game experience is the same thing with Jeremy and any other guy we have. The more game reps, real game reps that you have, the more confidence you're going to have.
Who reminds you most of a young Lee Marks?
Oh, shoot. Those guys are way better than me. You know, I tell those guys every day, you know, don't compare yourself to anyone in the past. You know, and I know I play the position here, but those guys are really, really special, or else they wouldn't be here. And I'm extremely glad to have those guys in my room. And, you know, and hopefully one day, like I tell them all the time, I hope one day that you guys are better than anyone we had here in the past, including me. And maybe one day I can work for you. So, you know, it's just what I tell them. I just want them to be great. That's it.
Jack's a kid that, you know, he played as a true freshman, but I mean, it doesn't seem like it's all clicked for him yet in terms of consistent playing time or consistent carries and all that stuff. And have you seen him make a jump, or what's kind of holding him back to the?
I don't think anything's really holding him back. I just think it's just, you know, just with our guys, it's like I said, it's all about taking advantage of every single rep that you get. And some guys do different things than other guys, and you know, Jack he's a great running back, and I feel comfortable with him being in the game, and I know he's going to do what we ask him to do, and he's a smart kid. So I think it's just opportunities, really.
How much are you liking getting? I know you did it in the spring, but being back out there and coaching the running backs, how much are you liking this fall camp?
I wouldn't say necessarily it's easier right now for the fall camp as far as just I mean, I love it. Every day I have an opportunity, I get chills because this is obviously a dream come true, and I wouldn't want to be any other place. I mean, I hope I'm at Boise State for 100 years. It's just how I feel about it, but it feels good coming into this fall because obviously I know my guys a little bit more now. I know what they can do, what they can't do, and so I try to coach them up on those things, and we just try to get better.